swear within the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
Please introduce yourself to the court.
Well, my name is Tracy Meadows. I'm 46 years old, and I live in Midland City right now.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I did own a bar called Chubby's, but we fell through some hard times. So right now I'm actually going back to school to get an art degree.
Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I like to paint. Watercolor paintings are my favorite. I like dogs a lot. Corgis are my favorite.
And how do you know Miss Chase Company?
Well, Chase is my stepsister.
And could you tell us about Rose and Chase's relationship?
Sure. Well, our parents met when we were in high school. My dad married her mom. And people actually used to joke that our names were Trace and Chase, but we aren't that close, but we definitely care about each other. We've known each other for quite some time now.
Now, Miss Menetos, did Chase ever tell you where she worked?
Yes, she has.
And where is that?
She works on the Midlands Gambling Commission.
And do you know what the Gambling Commission does?
Yeah, I have a rough idea.
And what's that?
They give up new casino licenses and they regulate the casinos here in Midlands.
Now, did Chase ever tell you about a license?
Yeah, Chase mentioned something about that.
And what she said?
She just mentioned that the commission was looking to give out a new one. I think that was fall of last year, so around this time last year.
And did Chase ever tell you who wanted this new one?
Yeah, there were two names that came up.
What were the two names?
Mr. Bancroft was one of them, and there was a Shannon Stark.
Now, I want to talk to you about Shannon Stark first. Did Shannon Stark ever call your home?
No.
And did Shannon Stark ever come to your house?
Not when I was there.
Okay, let's talk about Mr. Bancroft. How do you know Mr. Bancroft?
Well, Chase mentioned him several times, and actually, Mr. Bancroft called our house once and came over to our house once too.
Okay, when did Mr. Bancroft call?
That was in early October of 2014. Actually, the 1st of October, I want to say.
Just to be clear, he called on the, what date did he call on?
October 1st, I believe, in 2014.
And you said Mr. Bancroft also came to your house. When was that?
Oh, that was a few days before Thanksgiving, also last year. I want to say maybe the 23rd.
And what exact date was that?
I want to say about November 23rd, 2014.
And were you there when Mr. Bancroft came over?
Yes, I was.
And did you see what happened?
Yes, I did.
And could you hear what they were talking about?
Yes, I heard most of the conversation.
Now, what did Mr. Bancroft say first?
Well, he was talking not specifically about a plan, but that just he had a plan and he was going to make it happen.
And did your sister respond?
Chase was just listening to that.
And what did Mr. Bancroft say last?
Well, he mentioned that he said, I can make history if you let me have this second casino.
Thank you. No further questions, sir.
Now, Ms. Meadows, you talked about how you used to own a bar, correct?
Yes.
And you lost this bar because of an issue that you had with the Midlands Police Department, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, through your time dealing with the police, you would say that the Midlands Police Department would do anything to get their way, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation can be heard. Your Honor, opposing counsel is asking this witness to make a determination on the Midlands State Police Department, if they always got their way, if they did so on and so forth, Your Honor. Now, this witness has no idea what the Midlands State Police Department does, and the proper foundation cannot be laid as to how she knows what the Midlands State Police Department does and how they get her way.
Your Honor, this witness just testified that she did have dealings with the police department and she actually lost her bar over it. That means that she was involved with the police. She knew how they handled her case. And moreover, my question was just what she thought about the police department, not about their actual actions. It's just how she felt they treated her during her case. In fact, fact, you would say that the Midlands Police Department would do whatever it takes to get their way.
Wouldn't say that, but I mean, I did make a mistake in that situation, so it wasn't entirely their fault.
So your testimony today is that you wouldn't say that the Midlands Police Department would do whatever it takes to get their way?
Well, I mean, I guess.
I'm looking for a yes or a no, Ms. Menados. You would say that the Midlands Police Department would do anything to make a case come out their way?
I guess, yes.
I need a yes or a no, not a I guess, Ms. Menados. The Midlands Police Department would do whatever it took to get their way.
May I see my affidavit, please?
Your Honor, let the record reflect I'm approaching opposing counsel and the witness with her affidavit.
Thank you.
And I handed you your affidavit, correct, Ms. Menados?
Yes.
Go ahead and take your time and look at what you need and let me know when you're ready for me to ask you the question again. If it'll help, I'm directing you to line 13. Yes. Let the record reflect I'm approaching the witness and retrieving her affidavit. Now, Ms. Menados, you would say that the Midlands Police Department will do just about anything to make a case come out their way, correct?
Yes.
Now I'd like to move on and talk about that meeting that you talked about between Avery Bancroft and Chase Covington on direct examination. Now, like you said, you were there for the whole time, correct?
Yes.
And you heard most of the conversation.
Yes.
And what they talked about was mostly business, correct?
Yeah.
Now, you never heard them say anything about exchanging money, did you?
I didn't hear specific numbers.
And you never actually heard them talk about money, not just specific numbers, correct?
No, I did not.
And you never heard them say anything about a bribe, did you?
They didn't use the specific word bribe.
They didn't talk about a bribe at all, did they?
They could have. Some of the business language was incomprehensible to me.
But you did hear the entire conversation, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't hear any talk about a bribe.
Not that I understood, no.
Nothing.
No redirect, Your Honor. Ask the witness to be allowed to step in.
Witness is excused. The defense